Morning, everybody. It's Amy coming for my week 30 update. It's much overdue. I haven't done a real update in, I guess, since right after my 6-month appointment. And now I'm coming up on almost my seven-month anniversary. So I apologize for that. Life has just kind of picked up and it's just been busy. So I don't have a whole lot to report, but I'll let you know what's been going on with me. So first, let's go through the stats. I had my surgery on March 10th, 2016 at Rex Hospital in Raleigh, North Carolina with Dr. Michael Tyner with Bariatric Specialists of North Carolina. The procedure that I had was a duodenal switch, biliopancreatic diversion with a duodenal switch, which is essentially, it's a traditional duodenal switch with the longer common channel for the most part. My common channel is 250 centimeters, and a traditional duodenal switch is usually about between 50 to 75 centimeters. So I don't have nearly the malabsorption that a traditional de-esser would have, but I do have some. So my highest weight was the beginning of my pre-op diet, and it was 401 pounds. My surgery weight was 379 pounds, and I was on a 3-week pre-op diet. So the last time I came to you, my weight was 267, and my weight now is 255.6. So since my last update, I have lost 11.4 pounds. Since surgery, I've lost 123.4 pounds. And since my highest weight ever, which was the beginning of my pre-op diet, I've lost a total of 145.4 pounds, which is pretty cool. I'd mentioned in my last video that at my 6-month doctor appointment, they had mentioned that it was not uncommon for people after they hit the 6-month mark to, kind of hit some stalls for a while and then do a big drop. Stalls, big drop, stalls, big drop. And for the last few weeks since that appointment, I have had very minimal weight loss until today. So if I look back through some of my stats, I had lost, just a couple of pounds, like not even a pound for a couple of weeks. And then today I lost like 8 pounds from my weight loss last week. So who knows? I'm not really freaking out too much about it. A loss is a loss, and I'm continuing to drop. So I'm happy about that. Now, granted, it is certainly more motivating when you actually see results on a fairly regular basis. When it's not happening, it can be a little bit discouraging, like, why am I working so hard? Why am I exercising so much? It's not yielding results. But I think it is, because I do suspect that even when the scale isn't moving all that much, I do feel that my clothes are continuing to get looser. So I have... I'd mentioned this before. I bought some clothes. I had to purge quite a bit of my older clothes that just don't fit me. They're just literally, they're falling off of me. So that's interesting, I suppose. So what else can we talk about? So in terms of my exercise routine, I'm still kind of keeping on with the same sort of plan, which is, working out 5 days a week, 45 minutes a day. Bumping up the intensity on that. I'm leaving for vacation tomorrow, so I don't think I'm going to be able to get in all of the exercise that I normally would. Maybe I will, I'm not sure, but I'm also chalking it up to vacation, so I don't have to be as regimented with my exercise routine as I typically would be when I'm here, when I'm home. So I'm going on vacation tomorrow. And I'm flying home to my hometown in Canada because it's next Monday is Canadian Thanksgiving, so I can't wait to go home and see my family and my friends. This will be the first time I've seen them all since my surgery, since I've lost 145 pounds. Now, granted, I do talk with my immediate family very, very often on like Skype and FaceTime. So we video chat quite a bit. And they say that they can see a difference, but I'm sure it'll be different once I'm there in the flesh. and they can see like whole body shots and stuff like that too. There are some members of my family, like aunts and uncles and cousins and stuff, that don't even know that I had the surgery. I do post pictures, like selfies and stuff on Facebook every once in a while, and although I can't see a difference, some of my family have been like, wow, you lost weight, that looks great, and stuff like that. And it's just strange because I'm like, I just posted selfies. I didn't think that you could see, but clearly it's evident to other people. So I'm a little bit nervous. I'm excited I'm excited to go home. But I'm a little bit nervous about what's going to happen too, because I feel like I've built this up in my head. And, if people ask me, how did you do it? How have you been doing it? I haven't entirely decided how I'm going to respond to those questions. I think it really depends upon how I'm feeling, what the kind of the air is in the atmosphere. Some people, I might just straight up tell them, yep, I had surgery. It was kind of a Kickstarter, and that's after that. It was, exercise, portion control, high protein, low carb. I'm a little bit nervous about saying, making that initial statement saying, I had surgery, I had weight loss surgery. Because there's this, you guys know, there's this stigma associated with it. I don't want them to be like, oh, well, you cheated. So that's why. You took the easy way out. Which I'm sure you can appreciate. It's maddening that somebody might think that, because we all know this is not easy. This is not cheating. Quite the contrary, actually. So, and that could just be my own perception. Maybe they won't say anything like that, but I really want to, if somebody asks me, how did you do it? I really want to, stipulate that the surgery was a Kickstarter for me. That's what got me going. And now I've worked hard at this weight loss. I've just worked hard, and I don't want, the weight of that stigma of, the surgery to outweigh the hard work that I've done. So I haven't exactly figured out how I'm going to say it, or what I'm going to say, or who I'm going to say it to. But I'll just have to, feel the situation and, see how comfortable I'm feeling, and we'll go from there. And that's not to say that people, will be like, how on earth did you do it? But I think they're going to be, these are, family and friends, who will be genuinely curious. They'll say, wow, you struggled with your weight your whole life. How did you do it? Because, I've had a few people say, man, whatever you're doing, I want to do it too, because I need to lose some weight. So I don't know. It's just going to be interesting. So I've got a little bit of anxiety about that. But I think overall, I'm just overthinking it. So when I get there, I'm sure it'll be just fine. I do have some other things that are kind of giving me a little more stress than normal. My husband and I were in the midst of planning a big renovation to our house, and so we're meeting with contractors on a regular basis and talking about the plans and the budget and all that sort of stuff. And it's just it's a little stressful. It's a little stressful doing all that, and work is busy too. Real life has just been busy. Fall's a busy time for us. We've got football games that we go to, and fall just seems to be a busier time. Things just ramp up, and so that's another reason why I haven't been really great with providing updates too. But I did fall off the bus as it relates to the bus. Is that even a thing? I don't think it's the bus, it's the wagon. I fell off the wagon. I fell off the bus too. I fell off the wagon when it came to smoking. I fell off, and I was smoking on a fairly regular basis, and I think it's just a natural go-to for me. If I can't do the eating thing, then I do smoking. I just gravitate towards that, and I know it's wrong, and I feel guilty after I do it. And but it's funny, after I was doing that for a couple of weeks, I started to feel shitty. My throat was hurting, and I noticed when I was doing my exercise that I was getting out of breath. It was harder to do, so I feel better about my recommitment to quitting. I feel better about that because, while it was really great that first few smokes, or for the first few days after I got back into it, once I started feeling crummy, I was just like, maybe this won't be so hard to give up again. So, but I did stumble. People stumble. I'm not perfect. It sucked. I felt guilty every time I did it, but I was compelled to do it, and I just smoked, and it was nice, but ultimately, like I said, I feel better about getting back on board, getting back on the wagon or the bus, and and cutting that out of my life again. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do in terms of when we leave tomorrow. Well, I was actually supposed to leave for my trip. Our flight was on Saturday, but I changed it to Friday night, about 12 hours earlier, just because here on the East Coast, Hurricane Matthew is coming down, and everybody's going to be battening down the hatches pretty soon, and I just want to get out of town before it comes through. I don't want to be stuck here for a couple of days. I've been looking forward to this trip for a really, really long time, and I just don't want to get delayed. So we're going to leave about 12 hours earlier, which just means now everything's a little bit tighter. Everything's tighter in terms of getting stuff done. Like today, I've got a couple appointments after work. Tomorrow I'm going to get my hair cut and do something with this mop top because I'm not sure what. I was going to get it colored, and then a couple of reasons I'm not going to. I'm just going to get it cut, but who cares, right? I'm hoping to get off Biotin soon. I've been taking it pretty daily. I've been taking it daily, but my hair seems to be okay. I certainly don't think I'm losing any hair. I've got plenty of it. But I also have hair everywhere else, like my eyebrows. My eyebrows are getting thick, and the hair is coming in like crazy. The whiskers on my chin are coming in, and so I just don't want to take Biotin anymore. I have to shave my legs more often. Thank God winter is almost here. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to shave your legs as much. So, and then we're leaving. Like, we got to work. I got to work today. Got to work tomorrow. In fact, I got to train my boss on kind of covering for me on some of the stuff that I do on a daily basis. So I got to train him today on my job so he can cover for me. So I got to work today, work a full day tomorrow, and then we'll fly out, and then we get, we're flying into Detroit. And I think we get there around 10 p.m. tomorrow night. And then we rent a car and drive about 2.5 hours to across the border and into Ontario to my hometown. So tomorrow's gonna be a long day, but Saturday was gonna be a long day. But I was trying to decide what I was gonna take. I was gonna take some Premier Proteins. I think you can buy them at Costco, but everything in Canada is super expensive. So I was thinking about maybe stopping at a grocery store before we cross the border and picking up and taking some Premier Protein, and maybe I'll just pack some in my suitcase. I'm not sure because we're checking a bag, but I need to get my protein in. That's one thing. Like, I'm okay with, you know, not getting in as much exercise as normally, but I have to get in my protein every day. Like, typically I get, my doctor says between 80 to 100. I generally average about 100 a day. So if I can take a couple of Premier Proteins, I'm also taking some Power Crunch protein bars, which I like. Have you guys seen those before? Let me show you. These ones, Power Crunch. So this one, I've got a couple. I've made a little box here. It's got a few different flavors. So the one that I really like is mocha cream. So there's mocha cream. Another one that I like is salted caramel. And then the last one that I have here is chocolate mint. Chocolate mint. So, excuse me. I'm not a big fan of protein bars. I find that for the most part they're quite dense. Like Quest bars are far too dense for me. I still can't eat a whole one. And these, I would rather have protein by other means, by like real food, not these protein bars. But in a pinch, these will do. If I'm, you know, really low on it, I'll just keep a couple in my purse, sort of thing. So the stats on them. So I've got the mocha cream one here. It's 205 calories. Let's see, 13 grams of protein, 13 grams of fat, 10 grams of carbs. So it's a little higher in carbs than I would probably ideally like. I like keeping it in single digits for the most part, but at the very least, there's more protein than carbs. So in a pinch, I will take it. So like I said, I was just going to pack a couple of these. There's 5 in a box here. So, and I'm going to be gone for 8 days. So I'll probably take some of these just, you know, to have something if I'm in a jam. I'm also going to take some cashews that I love, my balsamic vinegar cashews. I'll take some of those. And I've got some, I think a few other snacks, these kind of proteiny snacks, like pure protein little candies or something like that. But like I said, I'm hoping to, you know, while I'm there making smart choices and having, you know, plenty of lean meats and eggs and, you know, high protein stuff. I will have carbs. You know, there's some of my favorite foods there that I will try. I'm certainly prepared that I'm not going to be able to have the portions that I used to have for my pre-op days, but I just need to get my protein goals. So if that means I need to take some Premier Protein, I need to take some protein bars or something like that, that's the priority, is get protein, and I'll pack up all my my vitamins and take that, and so I'm looking forward to it. Really excited to go. So we're going to go for 1 week, well, about 8 days actually. When we come back, actually we're going to be bringing my sister and my dad with us. They're going to come down and visit for 2 weeks. So because they'll come back down with us, and then they'll fly home 2 weeks later. So the weekend after we get back from Canada, we're going to take a little bit of a road trip and go down to Atlanta, Georgia, and go to the Georgia Aquarium. My dad, my sister, and I especially, we've always really been fascinated with like marine life and sea life and stuff like that. So my husband Scott and I, we have been to the Georgia Aquarium. It's the biggest aquarium in the world, and it is phenomenal and gorgeous. And it's just beautiful. They've got whale sharks there, and, you know, manta rays. It's incredible. So, excuse me. A couple of years ago when my dad and my sister were down, we were planning on going then, but unfortunately, we couldn't go because my husband was recovering from an accident where he broke his neck. So we weren't able to go. So this is the rain check. So we're going to go this time, knock on wood, barring no complications. But we're really excited to that. Atlanta's about a 6-hour drive from here, so that will be lots of fun. I'm looking forward to going through it and having more stamina than I did the last time I was there. You know, my feet won't hurt as much, and I won't feel like I need to rush through. I can take my time, and I'm really, really excited about that. So those are the things that have been kind of going on with me. Oh, I'm sorry. There is something I need to, and I'm going to report more on this about in probably my next update, which is iron infusions. I told you that at my 6-month appointment, my doctor was referring me to a hematologist for iron infusions. So this past week, I had just to go to the hematology/oncology office just to have them take some preliminary blood. I would assume that it's just to come up with a course of action for me, for example, for them to, from their own lab work, determine, you know, what my iron level is, and then determine a course of action. For example, I'm going to need this many sessions or this many infusions, blah, blah, blah. I won't find out exactly how many until my first appointment, which is on the 19th, October 19th. And that's where I imagine I'll get my first infusion. I'll find out what the course of action is. So I'll certainly report on that. I've been doing a good bit of research on that. It seems to be fairly straightforward. You just kind of go in there, sit in one of those recliners, and they hook you up to an IV, and you sit there for about an hour while they put iron in your blood. I was hoping that I could do a video while I was there, but there will be other patients there, and for privacy's sake, I don't want to do that. Although I'll be there, you know, to get iron infusions, there will be other patients there because it's an oncology office as well. There will be other patients there getting chemotherapy or something else through IV, so I probably won't be doing a video while I'm there unless I happen to be the only one there, which I can't see would happen. But I'll certainly report back and let you know how it went. I imagine it's going to be fairly straightforward. People seem to say that after they get, you know, so many iron infusions, they feel a lot better. To be honest, I don't feel bad. I haven't been sleeping that well, but I think that's just due to the stress and all the kind of stuff that's kind of going on that's hectic in my life. But I don't feel tired all the time. I don't feel like don't have a lot of energy. Now, that's not to say that after I get a few infusions, I won't be like, wow, I thought I was fine. I was not fine. Because that very well could happen, but we'll see. So I'll let you guys know how it goes. Anyway, I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all enjoying fall. For those of you who are here on the East Coast, I hope you are safe during this Hurricane Matthew, and throughout the hurricane season, of course. I just speak to that because I know, because it's impacting people here. But wherever you are, I hope you are doing well and you're staying safe and healthy. And until next time, talk to you later, guys.